BitChem, a venture of SM Group, which is one of the emerging companies that has worked pan-India, is now has its headquarters in Northeast India. And with Business-Northest, we have Mr. Rajeev Agarwal, who is the CEO of BitChem Asphalt. Welcome to the Business-Northest, Mr. Rajeev Agarwal.
Thank you, Pankaj.
Kindly brief us about the work that has BitChem Asphalt has been doing since its inception.
Sure. So, BitChem, as we proudly know, is from Northeast with a demo plant in Meghalaya and the office in Guwahati. We started this venture in a garage, and when we started, we did not even know that this business is a very technical business. Starting in 2007, we were amongst the very few who imported the plant and machinery from Denmark, and we started production of engineered cold bitumen, which could be used for making roads, especially our rural roads, without any pollution. So here we are discussing the story of BitChem with you.
As BitChem Asphalt is a venture of SM Group, why don't you first tell us about the SM Group, about its work?
Sure. So, we belong to the SM Group. SM Group is a leading business house of Northeast with more than 60 years of history. I am myself the 5th generation family member. So, we have our business with steel distribution. We represent Tata Steel in the Northeast. We are into the road materials business, which we are discussing today, the BitChem. And we are into the real estate and hospitality business. We have done a joint venture for the Novotel that you see in Guwahati. And recently we have opened the Taj Vivanta in Shillong. So with BitChem, we are also taking SM Group Pan India, and we would love to share more details.
About its products that you have already mentioned, like about the sustainable road. So can you give us more details into costing, pricing, and what are the technologies that has been used?
Sure. So the best way to define BitChem is that we are a road technology and materials company. We are the first ones to hold a patent on the cold binder, which makes pollution-free roads in India. And this particular technology has a life cycle saving of more than 35% to the government, which means for the public money they spend, because the initial cost is a little higher. So the net benefit is more than 35%. Then we come to the modified bitumen products. These generally go on the state highways and national highways and expressways. Because of having polymers and rubbers in this modified bitumen, the life of the road doubles. So this again has a life cycle cost analysis where the government and the public money, they save more than 50% on their investment. So the third technology we want to discuss is the soil stabilization, where you make the road not with aggregates but with the soil by mixing some admixtures and mixing some cement. And the soil, the native soil or the borrow soil, you can bring in and you can just make the road with the soil, including highways where you don't need to do any mining and there's no need of any aggregates. Thank you.
In the previous question, Mr. Rajeev Agarwal, you have said the details about your technology. Can you shed us light upon the costings and the labor that is required to make these kind of mixtures and make it into a fine product?
Okay. So yes, it's the right word you have used. It's sustainability. So when we talk about sustainability, we have to see whether the workers on the road are having a better way of working and a non-hazardous way of working. So with our tailor-made cold binder, the laborers are not exposed to the hot mixes, where the fumes could come and create health issues for them. And that's why once the laborers start doing cold mix in the rural areas, they don't want to go back to hot mix. And we would love to invite you for any site visit in the near future, where you will be able to also make a road as like a layman without having any technical skill, by just having simple measurements that how much binder has to be mixed in the road mix. As far as the costing is concerned, the initial cost of a cold binder road is hardly 2 to 3% higher compared to the regular hot mix when we take it as a project cost. And when we discuss item to item, it is around 10 to 15% higher than the hot mix item. So it's like, when you build a house, the tile of the house is hardly 5% of the total cost. So if you put a better tile, the higher cost may be hardly 1 or 2% of the total building of the house cost. So I hope I am clear.
You have also worked with Assam government in a few of the projects. So how seamless was the the work conditions and the project went? How it went actually?
So we are firstly very blessed that BitChem is born, between Assam and Meghalaya. All throughout the region, the kind of support the engineers have given to us, whether it's state government of Assam or Meghalaya, or even states like Arunachal and Mizoram, Tripura, Manipur, Sikkim, Arunachal, all of them, Nagaland, they have really, accepted the sustainability part of the technology that we were bringing in at that point of time. And they trusted us, not because of just SM Group, but because they saw that here is a company that is actually doing something for the pollution and for the health of the road workers. And we are also thankful to all the contractors who have trusted us. We have made mistakes, we have learned from them, and they have always been great support to us that our journey could take a pan-India route. And even the policy makers, especially thankful to Dr. Jairam Ramesh and officers like Mr. Rajesh Bhushan, who used to be the Director General of the PMGSY scheme. They really motivated us to go pan-India, because nobody was doing cold mix at pan-India level. So we are very thankful not just to the state governments, but also to the central government, the government of Odisha, the government of Uttarakhand. And I feel all the state governments are eager to adopt these kind of technologies, because when we want smokeless chulhas at home, why would we want to have smoke on the road?
Mentioning of the projects, which was one of the the groundbreaking project that we have worked upon. Please share some experience.
So for us, the groundbreaking project was Nasik, Maharashtra, where we used the existing hot mix plant to convert to the cold mix without any extra machinery. And especially thankful to one of those leading engineers there, Mr. Prakash Ingole, and the contractor, Mr. Ramesh Sirsat. They are still well-wishers to BitChem and to the cold mix fraternity. That they came, it was like a family wedding for them. And day and night we all got together, and we could convert the existing machinery of hot mix to, do cold mix roads.
As we are coming closer to the conversation here, Mr. Rajeev Agarwal.
Yes.
What's next level you are thinking from BitChem for the SM Group?
So for BitChem, we feel that post-COVID, the journey has restarted. And now we have to take the cold mix technology again on a pan-India level and global as well, And we have to take cold mix on the highways. By the way, I would like to tell the audience that the national highways under the leadership of our Honorable PM and Honorable Union Minister, Mr. Gadkari, they have already started doing recycling of old highways using cold mix. And we want to catch that story again. And we want to have more products that can go into the highway development of the country. We have recently commissioned a joint venture in Delhi to produce these materials. Thankful to Technology Development Board for funding us for the first industrial project after the demo plant, which we have set up in Durgapur in Bengal, where we are producing most of these materials. And this story is going very well for BitChem. Our team is very motivated to take this story pan-India and global. And soil stabilization, which has again been adopted by the PMGSY in a big way, we'll see more and more projects on soil stabilization and existing road reclamation known as FDR, making more news in India. We want to be part of that story. So we see a lot of opportunities in the road sector for now.
We had an insightful conversation with Mr. Rajeev Agarwal on the coal mix technology, and BitChem is the first one to work on this technology in pan-India basis. Thank you for joining Business-Northest, Mr. Rajeev Agarwal.